Imagine someone feeding a pig, making it plumper each day, only to turn it into a meal. This is pig butchering, a scam where the pig is the unsuspecting victim and the butcher is the cunning scammer. Originating from China, scammers gain their victims' trust and affection over time. They build relationships, often romantic, showering their targets with attention. Victims, blinded by affection, become easy prey, believing the lies fed to them. Pig butchering scams are long con operations, sometimes lasting months or even years. The goal, to drain their victims' bank accounts completely, leaving them emotionally and financially devastated. Originating in China, this scam spread globally, ensnaring victims from the United States to Europe. The internet and social media became the scammers' playground, with dating apps providing fertile hunting grounds. The COVID-19 pandemic fueled the fire as people sought connection online during isolation. These scams are orchestrated operations, often run by organized crime rings. The perpetrators, often victims of trafficking themselves, are trapped in a cycle of exploitation and abuse. The internet, once a tool for connection, has become a breeding ground for deceit. Pig butchering scams thrive on platforms designed to bring people together, especially dating apps. Users seeking love or companionship let down their guard, becoming easy targets. Scammers exploit these platforms, crafting alluring profiles to entice their prey. No longer confined by geographical boundaries, they can target anyone, anywhere. These digital predators are patient, often spending months cultivating relationships with their victims. Behind curated photos and witty bios lies a sinister truth. Scammers construct elaborate online personas to lure unsuspecting victims. They pose as successful professionals, charming singles, or anyone who will pique their target's interest. Every detail, from profile pictures to messages, is designed to deceive. They prey on victims' desires and vulnerabilities, exploiting their longing for love and a better life. The first messages are always innocent, seemingly random encounters. Scammers cast their nets wide, initiating conversations with multiple potential victims. They focus on building rapport, establishing a connection without soliciting money initially. Early interactions are crucial for building trust, the foundation of the scam. They create a sense of intimacy, shared values and experiences, concealing their true motives. As victims fall deeper into this fabricated love story, they become increasingly susceptible to manipulation. Trust is the cornerstone of any successful con, and pig butchering scams are no exception. Scammers earn trust by presenting themselves as attentive listeners and creating a sense of shared values. Victims, starved for connection, readily embrace these manufactured bonds. They let down their guard, believing they have found a kindred spirit. The scammer becomes their confidant, their best friend, their lover. This trust, painstakingly built over time, becomes the foundation upon which the entire scam rests. With trust established, the scammer subtly shifts the conversation towards finances. They mention an investment opportunity, downplaying risks and emphasizing rewards. They might boast about their own investment successes, sharing fabricated profits. The investment is often presented as exclusive, enticing the victim further. A sophisticated-looking website or app creates an illusion of legitimacy, lulling the victim into a false sense of security. Once the victim makes an initial investment, the scammer shows quick, fake returns. This early success validates the victim's decision to trust the scammer. The scammer encourages them to invest more, promising greater returns. They create a sense of urgency, claiming the opportunity is time-sensitive. As the victim invests more, the scammer continues to feed the illusion of profit. The victim, blinded by greed, remains oblivious to the truth until it's too late. Pig butchering scams represent a global epidemic, ensnaring victims across continents. In the United States alone, the FBI reported over $2.5 billion lost to romance scams in 2022. These scams have proliferated in Southeast Asia, with criminal gangs exploiting vulnerable individuals. The anonymity of the internet and global reach of social media make it easier for scammers to operate across borders. Victims are often located thousands of miles away from their perpetrators, making it difficult for law enforcement to track down the criminals. Behind the statistics lie heartbreaking stories of individuals who have fallen prey to these scams. Sarah, a single mother from Texas, lost her life savings to a man she met on a dating app. John, a retired teacher from California, was groomed for months by a woman he met online. These stories highlight the devastating impact of pig butchering scams on individuals and families. Victims often suffer from severe emotional distress, including depression, anxiety, and PTSD. The true cost of pig butchering scams extends far beyond financial losses. These scams leave lasting emotional scars, shattering trust and destroying relationships. Victims often blame themselves, experiencing feelings of shame, guilt, and self-reproach. The psychological trauma can be debilitating, leading to anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. The ripple effects extend to families and communities, creating tension and straining relationships. The aftermath of a pig butchering scam is marked by shock and disbelief. Victims struggle to comprehend their loss, both financially and emotionally. The betrayal cuts deep, leaving victims feeling foolish and vulnerable. The foundation of trust crumbles, leaving behind pain, anger, and self-doubt. The emotional toll can be devastating, manifesting in anxiety, insomnia, and depression. Victims may struggle to trust again, both in romantic relationships and other areas of their lives. Pig butchering scams prey on victims' emotions, leaving them ashamed and guilt-ridden. Victims often blame themselves, questioning their judgment and intelligence. This self-blame can erode self-esteem, making it harder to seek help. The shame can be isolating, trapping victims in their pain. It's crucial to remember that victims are not to blame. They were targeted by skilled manipulators. Overcoming shame and self-blame is essential for healing and rebuilding their lives. Rebuilding lives, the long road to recovery. Recovering from the emotional and financial devastation of a pig butchering scam is a long and arduous journey. There is no quick fix, no magic wand to erase the pain and loss. It requires time, patience, and a multifaceted approach that addresses both the practical and emotional aspects of healing. One of the first steps is to seek professional help. Therapists specializing in trauma and abuse can provide victims with the support and guidance they need to process their experiences, manage their emotions, and develop coping mechanisms. Group therapy can also be beneficial, providing a safe and supportive space for victims to connect with others who understand their pain. Rebuilding financial stability is another crucial aspect of recovery. Victims may need to seek financial counseling, explore debt consolidation options, and develop a realistic budget to manage their finances. It's important to remember that financial recovery takes time and patience. There will be setbacks along the way, but with perseverance and support, it is possible to regain financial footing. Reconnecting with loved ones is also essential. While it can be difficult to open up about the experience, sharing their story with trusted friends and family members can help victims to feel less alone and more supported. Loved ones can provide a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and practical assistance as victims navigate the challenges of recovery. Recognizing the red flags, protecting yourself from heartbreak and financial ruin. Knowledge is power. Recognize the red flags of a pig butchering scam to avoid heartbreak and financial ruin. Be wary of anyone who seems too good to be true. Maintain skepticism in early online relationships. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their stories. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Be cautious of anyone avoiding in-person meetings or phone calls. Major red flag conversations about investments or financial opportunities. Legitimate partners don't pressure financial decisions early in a relationship. Staying safe online. Navigating the digital dating landscape with caution. Online dating is popular, but beware of scammers and predators. Protect yourself by limiting personal information shared. Avoid sharing your address, phone number, or financial details. Be cautious with links and attachments from strangers. Use background check services if in doubt. Trust your instincts and stay safe. The high cost of love and trust. Pig butchering scams highlight our vulnerabilities in seeking connection and financial security. These scams violate trust, leaving victims emotionally scarred and financially depleted. Recovery requires therapy, financial counseling, and support from loved ones. The digital age has allowed these scams to flourish. Dating apps and social media are hunting grounds for skilled manipulators. The anonymity of the internet allows these predators to hide their true intentions. The cost extends beyond individuals, affecting families and communities. Families are torn apart, friendships strained, and communities affected. The ripple effects serve as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and awareness. Despite the challenges, there is hope. By recognizing red flags and taking proactive steps, we can protect ourselves. Empowerment through awareness, breaking the cycle of deception. The most effective weapon against pig butchering scams is knowledge. By raising awareness about these scams, educating ourselves about their tactics, and sharing this information with others, we can help to break the cycle of deception and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Empowerment begins with understanding. We must educate ourselves about the red flags of pig butchering scams, from overly complimentary messages and extravagant promises of love to pressure to invest in questionable financial schemes. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Sharing our knowledge with others is equally important. Talk to your friends, family members, and colleagues about these scams. Share articles, resources, and personal stories to raise awareness. By working together, we can create a network of informed individuals who are less likely to fall prey to these manipulative tactics. If you believe you or someone you know has been a victim of a pig butchering scam, there are resources available to help. Report the scam to the appropriate authorities, such as the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3, or your local law enforcement agency. Seeking support from a therapist or counselor specializing in trauma and abuse can also be invaluable in the healing process. A call to action, protecting ourselves and others. The fight against pig butchering scams requires a collective effort. We must take an active role in protecting ourselves and others. This involves education, prevention, and support. Demand greater accountability from social media platforms. Companies must implement robust security measures and educate users, advocate for stronger laws and regulations, increase funding for law enforcement agencies, foster a culture of empathy and support for victims, offer a listening ear and practical assistance. Help victims rebuild their lives and regain security. Remember, behind the statistics are real people. Together we can create a safer online environment. You must see our next video coming up soon. We will show you all the details behind the screen and more, how to punish these so-called scammers, con artists, con men, and the whole team, how to detect, how to catch them, when to file and how to file, which agency to report, how to file FBI and get your money back, how to put them in jail, and many more. Don't miss our next video. Subscribe to our channel, like, and hit the notification bell. See you all our next video. Stay safe and protected.